All right, new year, 2026, let's go. Hey everyone, it's Anthony Fantano. You know who it is. I'm bald. Yep, that's right. Unfortunately, I have no plans to grow hair in the year 2026, but I do plan to review a lot of good and probably also bad music, which is why I thought I would come through with a video over here and essentially go over the albums that I am anticipating most for this year. We'll give you some titles, some release dates when we have them, but outside of any hard numbers, this video is, again, pretty much me hoping that we get some interesting releases this year in 2026. Let's go. Okay, can we start off by saying Drake? Is this a safe space? But yeah, Drake's Iceman record, whether you love the guy or hate the guy, whether you have high hopes for this record or you think it's going to be complete trash before you've even heard a second of it, for sure it's going to be one of the biggest and most talked about releases of the year, especially coming off The Battle, The Beef, and all the weird visual Pinocchio rollout stuff. So yeah, Iceman definitely happening this year. I would say ASAP Rocky, but he already dropped. Don't Be Dumb is out, and I'm very much looking forward to diving into it. 2026, can we say the F word? Frank Ocean. I mean, you know, we hold out hope for Frank. We want new Frank. It's a possibility, but you know, I wouldn't bet on it. Not even on, you know, one of those like events betting markets that are popular now. Don't do that. All right. Also, though, Beyonce should be completing her trilogy this year. And what form or sound will it take? We've had dance Beyonce. We've had country Beyonce. Next, is it going to be, I don't know, freeform jazz Beyonce? I guess we'll just have to see. Either way, I think the releases so far in this series have been super quality. So I am looking forward very much to the last installment. We've also got J. Cole dropping the fall off this year. We've already got a teaser and a track from that. Sort of seems like he's been building up the hype really well behind the project, even though it has taken a minute to get it out there into the world. Also going to be active this year and very much anticipating the new Doechii album. Love that she started off the year with SZA on Girl Get Up. Bop of a track, very personal and thoughtful bars on that one. And for sure, given the amazing highlights off of Alligator Bites, I have no reason to not expect her to smash it on this record. And while I'm sure there are going to be some people in the comments hoping that Kendrick Lamar is active this year, who I'm really hoping to see, honestly and truly, is Baby Keem. Where is Baby Keem? Where is that guy? It's been so long since his last record. For sure, the dude has to have like 4 or 5 phones by now. Like, can we get a new Baby Keem? He came onto the scene, or, you know, had his breakout moment sounding like one of the most eccentric and out there and kind of, you know, zany new voices that was kind of making waves in the mainstream, was certainly kind of, you know, pulling Kendrick Lamar out of his shell a little bit and making him like a little less serious and having some fun on some singles and tracks here and there. Can we hear some more Baby Keem, please? Also really want to hear some Snow Strippers this year. They had a really cool run with some, you know, projects and mixtapes a little while ago, and I'm kind of wondering how they are going to build off of that momentum after being a little quiet in 2025. Also kind of wondering how SD Kid and the greater UK rap scene, I guess you could say, are going to capitalize off of all of the attention and hype they have been getting as of late, while for sure SD Kid's latest project is doing really well. It's also kind of a short album, so SD Kid could certainly deliver fans some more material. We also have Harry Styles dropping this year with a record that has a very cool cover and a terrible title, where we're kissing always, we're discoing occasionally. Either way, I very much am looking forward to seeing what Harry can do next, even if I haven't been the biggest fan of his last couple of records. And speaking of white boys that have a pop sensibility, are the 1975 going to make some noise this year? I'm kind of curious. I genuinely want to know. Converge, metalcore heavyweights Converge have a new album on the way. Another teaser that has dropped around the time of me recording this video. They are still absolutely sounding loud and ferocious after all these years. No reason not to expect quality from Converge once again. Death metal legends Exhumed have a new record on the way as well, Red Asphalt, and they've already given us a taste, given us a teaser. Sort of seems like the whole record is going to be kind of, you know, automobile accident and death themed, which I think is pretty novel and refreshing. And Genesis Owusu, after teasing us with a couple of great singles in 2025 with touches of post-punk and art pop and the like, didn't give us the full-length album in 2025, but it's probably coming in 2026. Poppy and Ari Lennox are dropping their new records in January on the 23rd. We have Joji's Piss in the Wind the first week of February as well, which I am very much looking forward to. For the hyperpop fans, Charlie XCX is coming through with her Wuthering Heights soundtrack in the middle of February as well on the 13th. Danny L. Harl is dropping with Cerulean on the same day too. The new feature-packed Gorillaz album, which we've got a pretty great sense of given the singles. Robin and Bruno Mars right now have release dates for their latest LPs. Many are expecting BTS and Madonna and also possibly Olivia Rodrigo to make triumphant returns this year as well. Also kind of wondering if Andre 3000 is going to further go down the jazz and instrumental music rabbit hole. I mean, obviously there are a lot of fans who would love to hear him rapping again on a new project, and while I understand that, it sort of seems like what he did on his last record is really where he wants to be going into the near future, and I don't know, there were some highlights there. It would be interesting to see him kind of follow things up, see how much more he could expand this sound. Also in 2026, are we getting Lana Del Rey? It sort of seems like she started beef with Ethel Cain out of nowhere and then, I don't know, just disappeared. Fingers are kind of crossed for that, honestly, although I'm not sure if I would be crazy about hearing that Ethel song on a new record. And look, while I know Little Sims did treat us to a quality project in 2025, she typically has this habit of treating fans to these smaller, more stripped down projects, like in between bigger records and releases. Maybe hopes of that are lower now that, you know, her kind of creative process and the people who she usually works with, given the lyrics of her last record, has obviously changed and shifted quite significantly. But a little bit of new Sims in 2026 would be a blessing for sure. Also, after giving us a very interesting and sometimes very dark and personal run of singles in 2025, what is YG gonna do this year? He just continues to be this enigma of a West Coast rapper in terms of you just never know what you're going to get from him. Will it just be like a, you know, super slick, catchy Bay Area bop? Or is it going to be one of the most personally devastating stories you've ever heard a man say on the mic ever? Either way, looking forward to seeing what he does. For sure, Magdalena Bay are going to be making some noise again very soon, especially given they came through with a very quality, cool run of singles in 2025 that honestly saw them exploring some new territory stylistically and sonically, and it sounded great. Would be interested to see if some of this material turns up on a new record, or if a new record kind of goes further in any of the directions they kind of set course on those tracks. I'm really looking forward to the new Mandy, Indiana album, Erg. These guys are bringing together some very dark kind of post-industrial dance grooves and sounds that I think fans of, I don't know, maybe a Model Actress would certainly be into. The Goths. Jill Scott is actually dropping a new album very soon, To Whom It May Concern, which I'm pretty excited about. It's been a while since we've had some Jill. Pop artist supreme, TikTok phenomenon, Hemlock Springs. Her new record has a release date set, and the singles so far have been sounding catchy and fire. The experimental rock and experimental everything outfit, Shoo Shoo, actually just dropped a brand new record of covers. The range is insane, from Robin to Glorilla. I will be diving into this record very soon, but I hear they're going to be active with some other stuff in 2026, and I'm kind of excited for that. Can't say anything else. Bill Phil Callahan is also going to be dropping his My Days of 58 album in February. We got new Rob Zombie this year, new Lamb of God this year, the Canadian outfit Holy F, they're back. Drone Metal Legends Sun are going to be dropping a new self-titled album of original material over in April. Damn Rothko painting on the front of the album, and a teaser track too with some pretty prominent piano. Also, other things I'm hoping for and anticipating, are we going to see more Windmill Scene madness in 2026? I sure want to. I know Arm & Hammer's Elucid is going to be dropping more stuff this year. Anything Billy Woods or Arm & Hammer related is going to make me happy, obviously. Also, is Lil Nas X okay? Hopefully yes, because some of those recent singles were pretty great, but unfortunately he seems to have been dealing with some personal issues as of late, and I hope that hasn't thrown things too off track, and that he's all right. Also, will we see Death Grips make an actual album return this year? Fingers crossed. Will we see Phoebe Bridgers making some noise? Mitski, I know, is up to something. She's got a brand new Where's My Phone single. Looks like we're also going to get a solo Kim Gordon album this year, which is pretty cool. Though the tone of the first track is not exactly as heavy, industrial, or spoken word oriented as the collective. So definitely expect something different. Formerly known as Injury Reserve hip hop experimentalists, now named by Storm, they are dropping a record this year via Dead Air. That has been announced, and I'm very much looking forward to that. And also Kristen Hayter, aka Lingua Ignota. Will we be hearing from her this year? Hopefully, yes. It's been a while since not only Sinner Get Ready, but the Reverend Kristen Hayter record, which I also thought was pretty great. Additionally, there is rarely a year where King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard isn't making some kind of noise. The boys got to be cooking something up this year, for sure. But yeah, look, for sure there's going to be even more than all of that dropping this year, and I'm looking forward to all of it. Let me know in the comments who you really want to hear from in 2026. What albums are you looking forward to the most? And that is going to be it for this video. Over here next to my head, it's another one that you can check out. Hit that up, or the link to subscribe to the channel. Anthony Fantano, anticipating albums forever.